Hi there. It's been a while since I've spoken to you from up here in the clouds. I found a journal, though, to video that just seems really appropriate for this, and you'll see why in a minute. This is from the spring. It's May 3rd of 2010, the first of that day. The Mayan day was 3 Earth, and it's called Spoken from 4D. Fell asleep with the internet connected last night. Attempted to scold the self this morning, but stopped and just looked at that instead. Realizing there is blessing and learning in everything, instead I offered gratitude and thanks for the learning, for being observant to witness the greater blessing of sleeping outside of that force field. Those energies. Everything is blessing. Even when we supposedly goof up, there's a blessing there. No, it's not automatically given necessarily. It helps to be looking, alert, aware. Sorry, I just lost my place. And aware to partake of it. We must be in our intuition or in heart, however you want to say this. Life is not a spectator sport. It calls on us to actively participate. Sitting back on our fannies and just watching worked. If that worked, the USA would be in a lot better shape than it is now. For that's largely what most of us have been doing for a long while. We allowed ourselves to get rather depressed at the overall mess of things and at our seeming inability to do much of anything effective about it. So we backed off, pulled out of active participation. Well, now we have the results of that staring us in the face. So there's one more lesson learned. We'll get this eventually, any minute now, actually. Awakening is coming on so quickly and to so many people everywhere that it won't be long now before the bulk of us are viewing things from above 3D. Boy, will that make a difference. The view is so much stranger from here than anyone expects while yet in the 3D mind. You just can't prepare for this because the whole concept of preparing is a mind-based thing, which makes it invalid right out of the chute. That horse won't win. Oh, it will run for you, will run for all it's worth, but it just cannot win. And what is winning? Ha! Even that concept is questionable, I know. Oh, here we go again. My little goody just freezes up. Let me close the browser. Maybe that will help. All right, you get to look at me like I'm grinning for the dentist there. Okay, the concept of winning is questionable, I know. It smacks of competition, of which there is none up here in 4D and above. It just doesn't exist. Why compete with yourself? It makes no sense. It's freaking funny. My friends, you're all up here with me. Did you know that? You exist, as do we all, across the dimensions. You're here too. It's a matter of shifting awareness, of becoming aware of it. The being locked in mind thing will hold you back, that's all. There's nothing wrong with it, not a thing. It just doesn't connect to higher dimensions the way you want it to, the way maybe you think it does. There's really no explaining this. You know why? Come on, drop into heart. You know why there. It's because all explanations are mind things. That's just more mind trying to take or keep control. Mind analyzing mind. Not really smart. Make friends with the no mind, and with my favorite phrase, the I don't know, that has stood me in such good stead on this journey. It will help, I promise. Paradox reigns supreme the closer we get to wisdom's gates. Things become both this and that, even though this and that may seem mutually exclusive. The impossible just is, and on a regular basis. Now, what use do you think a 3D mind is to you in this realm? How much help do you think it would be? That's right, none. So give it up. At least give it a rest. New vision. That's what I offer you. Read and listen to these journals and enter in to new vision with me. Be brave. Be daring. Step out of the mind-dominated consciousness for just a bit. You do this simply by dropping your attention, your awareness, down to the center of your chest. You can also do it like Eckhart Tolle teaches by becoming aware of what he calls the inner body. It doesn't matter. Just get out of the head. There's no mystery or magic here in the way you enter this. It's freely available to one and all at every moment. You carry the portal, the entrance gate, around with you wherever you go, just like the turtle carrying its home right there on its back. These bodies are truly sacred temples, my friends. Only maybe not in the way that we've been taught or shown. It's higher, better, more sacred, holier than that. It's freaking awesome. But it won't happen for you until you decide to participate, to enter in. So that takes us back full circle to will and intent. How you set your intent marshals your will into action. These two together, will and intent, guide your whole ship of state, which is your life, and they control your state pretty much at any time. So be observant, that's all. Just start watching things. Go get that little birdie I offered you in an earlier journal. Make friends with that. Then you might really get something out of reading Nisargadatta's I Am That. It's a free read, you know. The links provided in the transcript with a number of others, as they often are. Give it a go. What's to lose? He may even sound crazier than I do on first reading. Just center down and read him, though, and you'll begin to get it. Just gloss and glide over what doesn't make sense or work for you at first, and you'll be able to tell this after a short while if you practice reading in heart. How? Your heart will speak to you through the words on the page and in addition to them. You'll see. Actually, this is easier done when reading than it is when listening. You may find the same effect when reading my journal transcripts from a place of heart. And the reason is simple, and that's that you're more in control of the written word. When the heart says, pause here, you will more easily do that if you're reading versus pushing pause. Plus, you can more easily read back over the words in the written version versus pushing rewind or whatever. Do you see? Plus, you can highlight and underline and write in the margins. I do that a lot. The heart's language is a sensitive, delicate thing. Everyone's heart speaks to them this way. We're just not listening. We haven't been taught to. Or we haven't found the way in to the silence that's in the heart, that's in our center. There's a sacred hush there, a radiant atmosphere, pregnant with sacred incense, the scent of divinity's presence. That's you, the higher you in there. Did you know? Said another way, that's your point of contact with this you. It doesn't matter, my friends, how you conceive of this, for that's just mind talking anyway. All concepts are. Just know this is there and then go for it. That will work. Then read Sri Niz, which is what I fondly call Nisargadatta. He's a great tour guide too. Pleasant journey. Bon voyage.